Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Jaegerbomb, and this is another Gotham City Impostors gameplay. So in this game, I am going to be using a class that one of the subscribers recommended again. So Sir Robin II said, why don't you use the deep freezer? Or he's trying to give me advice how to use the deep freezer. He says, why don't you use the deep freezer and put a burly character on, run around with ninja stars with a shuriken, and either use inflatable insoles or roller skates. Well, I switched it to the grappling gun because we are playing Psych Warfare on this one. And the grappling gun, for me, with the burly character, helps me get around the map a lot quicker. So that's what I'm using. So in this video, I'm going to try to give you some tips on how to use this gun. I have about 50,000 damage with it, so I'm not too adept with it. But look at this. I've been chasing this guy forever just to get this one kill. Meanwhile, my whole team's on the other side. I don't know what he was doing going to our battery. Like we have, or our boombox, we have the battery. So he should have been making his way back to his to protect it. Since he didn't, he's dead, and we got the battery planted, which is pretty cool. So how do I like using this gun? Well, first of all, I don't. It's fun for just goofing around and stuff, but to try actually getting good scores with it is pretty difficult for me. I know some people, like Sir Robin said that he has it almost gold, and he's getting pretty good with it. He said, use it like a sniper. So I took that advice, trying to use it as a sniper, and yeah, so I think this game's pretty cool. This gameplay is pretty cool. Gets a pretty beast score with a pretty silly class setup. As a bitch just about gets smacked by this little speedy dude. So some interesting facts about the deep freeze. Fact number one. If you hit someone with direct damage, you will get 100 points. As long as it's fully charged, you'll get 100 points of damage, and you will get another 100 points of damage for the direct hit. So that's the best approach for this. That's why he said use it as a sniper, and I completely agree with that. You want to try hitting them head on every time. The second thing I want to say is that there is splash damage. So there's an area of effect that actually takes place as I fail trying to get on top of this dome waiting for the battery to respawn. So there is an area of effect that takes place. It's not that effective at actually getting the freeze off. So you see here I'm just shooting around. You have to almost hit them like directly in the foot. So as you saw my secondary here, I'm using the Kingmaker with a reflex sight. So the Kingmaker is the the quickest gun to switch to your secondary, which is nice because when they're frozen, they only have 2 points of health left, which is so not only will you get Kingmaker kills then, but you give them more kills easily because they are frozen, they have the 2 points, and you can switch quickly. One thing I don't like is right here. So you see, I have to keep it fully charged to get my maximum damage effectiveness, but when you have it charged, or when it's charging, your movement is impeded like a ton. So you run really slowly, and you often will waste bullets by releasing the charge so you can just walk again. Oh, take a look at Angel here. Angel, in the previous game, we were played on this map, and I actually got against him and Ryu. So Ryu's in this game again on his YouTube's tackle box, actually. So Angel was in that spot, this game that we were playing. I was like, where are you? He kept killing me and everything. And I couldn't figure out where he was. So he was actually up on the lamppost. So I didn't know that you could actually get on those lampposts. If you did, that's awesome because it was a pretty epic spot. And he killed me a ton from up there. Angel in this video is also running the deep freeze. So we were just trying to get that community challenge done. Just trying to get the 50,000 damage so we can get that special camo. And I believe that actually ends tonight. So if you haven't tried it, get in there, get it in your action, and get that camo for it. So yeah. Some other things with this gun. One of the hardest ways, so I'm actually thinking about trying to get it gold, and it's ridiculous because all the challenges are pretty easy to get except for this one. So there's a challenge on here that if you shoot someone and if you freeze them, you have to go knife them. Well, there's like a ridiculous number of knife kills that you actually need to get in order to get the challenge completed. So in this video you're going to see I'm actually trying to shoot people with the freeze and get them frozen and then to go knife them. For me personally, I have a rough time aiming down sight with this weapon. Something about the iron sights, I don't know whether it's just the fact that they pull up not that quickly or what, but I actually prefer to hip fire with this guy, because you get that little small white dot in the center, which is nice. So here I am, back into the spot. I'm just defending the battery here, trying to get those freeze kills. It's quite difficult sometimes. So I also want to take this opportunity. So in the last video, the last video my wife was here, Miss Malibu, we were asking for some questions that you might want to have answered. So let's do that now, I guess. So the first question is coming from HD Leo Best. Leo's asking, will I ever get an Xbox? So this is a question that I get asked a ton if I have an Xbox, because if you don't know, I play on PlayStation. That has been my console for almost 3 years now. But the question is here's a knife kill. Will I ever get an Xbox? So, I'm not opposed to getting an Xbox, but currently I'm going for my doctorate degree, and which leads me to the fact that I really don't have that much free money to go and buy an Xbox. I would do it, but Miss Malibu's like, no, don't go get an Xbox, we don't have the money for it, yet she'll go and spend like $100 on a pair of shoes or something like that. Stupid. And I was like, Miss Malibu, if you buy 2 pairs of shoes, I could buy an Xbox. So that's a constant little fight. I wouldn't say a fight, we don't really fight too much, let's just say an argument. So if something happens where I can find one like on Craigslist for really cheap, I have no problems with getting an Xbox. 2 issues I have with Xbox, and this is why I bought a PlayStation in the first place. So I have very thick hands. Short fingers, but very big palms. And you're like, what the fuck's Jaeger talking about? Why is he talking about his hand shape? Well, the Xbox controller is actually too chunky for me. Like, it's hard for me to reach buttons. I know it's silly. It sounds silly, but it is very difficult for me to reach buttons. And the second thing I don't like is that you actually have to pay for a subscription just to play online. I don't know why you would need to do that. I understand that they have all these extra features that PlayStation doesn't have, but in my mind, the gaming experience that I get on PlayStation is equal to that of paying for the same thing on Xbox. You get frozen. Don't pick on my battery. Yeah. So on to the next question, or I guess not even a question, it's a statement. 2 Black Op asks, or says, next time could you do a drunk commentary with Jaeger and Miss Malibu? Okay, so let's talk about this. I actually love this idea. I just about fall off the ledge. Oh, before I address that question, I'm jumping up on this ledge because I can't find this guy that got me damaged. So I looked up my damage indicator. It said I was getting hit from this side somewhere, and I couldn't find him. And then my body odor sniffer picks him off, snipe him with just a head glitch, and pick him off again with my Kingmaker. I absolutely love that shot. So yeah, 2 Black Ops says, drunk commentary. This could be possible. Miss Malibu and I aren't going to go out and just get trashed so we could do a commentary, but if there's a night that we are both drunk, it happens quite a bit. I wouldn't say we don't drink too much, but we have fun, you know. We'll more than likely, we will definitely do a drunk commentary as soon as, assuming that we both get drunk. Like I said, so where we live, it's never a good idea to drink and drive. So if it's we usually take turns on who's going to drink one night and who's going to drive the next night. Typically she's the driver. One, because she can get sober really, like, she's a little person, like, not a little person, not like a midget. Oh my god, she's gonna fucking kill me. She's small. She's a small build girl, a woman, and her having 2 drinks, 2 rum and cokes or Malibu and diets, she could be drunk. And then by the time I get drunk, which could be hours later, she's sobered up in time, which is awesome. So it may be difficult to get a drunk commentary with both of us. And the other fact is, I don't know if you watched my Real Talk with Jaeger, but we are currently trying to have a baby. So if we are in that state where she's thinking that she might be pregnant, or we're in the process of trying, she will not be drinking at all. She does not drink during that. That's bad for babies, production and things like that. Not production, but like, it's bad for the health of the baby. So we don't even want to risk it. So like we said, we have had many troubles trying to get pregnant, so any chance that we get, we're going to be as safe as possible. So if the circumstances line up correctly, you could see a drunk commentary with Jaeger and Miss Malibu. But we're not going to force that issue. You might see some with me being drunk. That's quite possible, especially if she gets pregnant. That would be just hilarious. Yeah. Another note. Whoever's blocking 2 Black Ops messages, please stop putting them as spam. The kid's he's not spamming anything. He's actually putting out good comments, good feedback on the videos. So if you could do that, that would be awesome. The next question, I like this question, is from Roachdat420. Yes, sir. Hopefully I don't get that new job so I can join you in your namesake. Yeah. So Roachdat says, what was the first video game console you played on? In what game, I guess? And then, this is actually for both of us. So Miss Malibu's at work right now, bringing me home. She's my sugar mama. She's bringing me home the dough. So I will answer this for me and then for her as well. So my first video game console I ever played on was Atari. And before you guys were like, oh my god, he's so fucking old. I'm 29 years old. I don't consider that too old, but I know a lot of you guys are like in the range from 10 to 18. That's cool. But I wasn't around when the Atari was being like produced and things like that. It was just when I was a little kid, my gram was a big gamer. Yeah, my gram was a big gamer. So she had the Atari, and my favorite game on that was actually Dig Dug. Dig Dug's amazing. It's like you run around, you just digging things, you dug things, and it's I don't know. It was one of the coolest games I've ever played. So Atari was the first one I ever played on. I think for Miss Malibu, this question for her is actually the same. So her favorite console to play on was Sega Genesis, and her favorite game of all time is Sonic the Hedgehog. So she still to this day talks about how she loves playing Sonic Hedgehog, and she hates first-person shooters. And that first-person shooter hate comes from a few different things. First thing is that when she was in college, all of her roommates and things had an Xbox, and they were playing the original Halo. So she said that when she was playing Halo, she liked the game. It was really cool. The colors were awesome, but she kept getting stuck on the map. So she's horrible at first-person shooters. She's horrible at maneuvering her character around and actually walking from point A to point B. So that's why she absolutely hates first-person shooters. So yeah, Roach, that a good question. Miss Malibu's is Sega Genesis. My first console was Atari. Oh, look at the gameplay here. So this is what happens when the other team plants the battery and gets a full thing off. You just walk around like a crazy person slapping things. I just got a slap kill, and then also, if you go and slap the boombox, it speeds up the timer so you don't stay in that state that long. So there's a nice little tip. And the very last question comes from Scrubbers, X's on both sides of his name. He asked, what's Miss Malibu's bra size? Miss Malibu's going to be a little bit embarrassed about this, so I'm just going to say it anyways. She has a 34 double D. Yeah, double D's! And they are luscious and plump, and I love them. So there it is. I went 26-5 with 15 assists with the deep freezer. I got Ryu Hyuga in here again, tackle box. It was fun playing with him. See you on GCI. This is Jaegerbomb. Later.